Just want to talk about professionalism and conduct that I talked about the other day on my last video of funeral directors in the funeral business. You know, many funeral home owners in small towns, a lot of them ended up being alcoholics because they're burying their friends and stuff like that, and so that's where their personal life became in effect to the funeral home, and people don't forget that stuff. How can you look after families properly if you're always out drinking and carousing at nighttime? And eventually it catches up to them and destroys their business. And, it just does a disservice to the families. And then in the cities, yeah, you get away with a lot of it. And, because there's so many people and you don't know them personally. And so I've worked with where secretaries would smoke a joint before coming in at work o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. Other ones, the last place, uh, she would carry marijuana gummies, THC, in her purse, whether she was on a funeral or not. And that's, in making arrangements, she's laughing and giggling all the time. And, everybody thought, like the staff thought she was pretty funny. It's because she was stoned, and, so the thing is, there's other things too that go on. Phony funeral directors. One I worked with, him and the owner were pushing the casket out of the chapel, out of the church, to go to the burial, and he's crying, pushing the casket, and the owner is kind of looking at him, and then at the cemetery, he's down on his knee, sobbing, in front of the family while the casket's on the lowering device. And then, the other one is, she would go in to make arrangements with the family, stand there bawling with them and sobbing, through the arrangements. And they would, look how respectful she is and how caring she is. That was fake, man. And there's so much of that. Another one where I worked in Medicine Hat, he's in the chapel crying with the family. You're supposed to be there for support. You are there to guide them and, to be the rock for them to lean on, and you get them through this. You want to cry after? That's fine, but not during arrangements or during a service. It's just not professional. And I don't think it, can you change it? Not likely, because that's the way they do it. They'd have to be called on it, though, at some point. And another thing I found disrespectful, you see many funeral directors will say in the arrangement office, now, did dad like his hair like this? Oh, did mom like, it back and forth like that? It's not your dad, it's not your mom, it's their mom. The proper way to be seen, now, did your mother like to do this, or that? Did your father do this? That's, to me, is more professional than saying, now, did mom do this or dad do this? It's not your parents. And so these are my views, and the things I've seen sometimes are just about make you sick on the unprofessionalism. And so I think there should be a crackdown somehow. I don't know how it could be controlled, but some of them should be called on, and and hopefully they'll stop it. And so give me a like, subscribe and share. Thank you.